it's not open. Ready? Ow.
What was that?
I was trying to do a cool trick to show our bag, but I hit the freaking concrete wall. I don't feel very safe right here. I feel like these could fall down. I don't know, it's been here 500 years. We're probably good.
Yeah, that's so true.
To the grocery store. These are the vitamin waters I was talking about that I like. This is lemon. Squeeze lemon. Oh, hi, sweetie.
Shell, that's not a breakfast essential.
This doesn't go in the breakfast burritos? Darn it.
I don't even think we're gonna get burritos here. It's more of an egg scramble.
That's okay. Wow, that's a lot. This is gonna be great.
Shelly, score!
Score on the torch. Got him.
What do you think, salsa or sauce?
It says fiesta, so we're getting it. Let's have a... Sorry.
Alright guys, we just picked up a ton of groceries for breakfast here, and we just had the realization that we're not even sure what the Airbnb has as far as cooking goes.
It has a stove and an oven, so I would think that it has, but we didn't like check to see like, oh, do we have a pan, do we have a pot, do we have knives? Because sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. Sometimes they've got all the great appliances, but they don't have any of the stuff that you need to like use the appliances.
I'm really excited.
Fingers crossed.
I know, I'm really excited about what we have just bought, and so I'm praying that we have everything because this is gonna be delicious. We're whipping up a little bit of breakfast here in our Airbnb, and I would say, correct me if I'm wrong, Shell, but for both of us, I think one of the things we miss the most from home is Mexican food. I miss salsa, I miss tacos, burritos, fajitas, all of the above. So we're attempting to do a little bit of breakfast burritos this morning. So we got our eggs, we found tortillas, thankfully, and we tried to do a little bit of meat here, and we bought what we thought was maybe chicken sausage.
We thought it was gonna be ground chicken. I'm crying from these onions, legitimately crying. We thought it was gonna be like a nice ground chicken, you know how you can buy like ground chicken, ground turkey, ground, you know. And I was like, oh, this will be great, because it was in a giant, what are those tubes called? We opened it up and it's a just solid brick of chicken. It's like deli meat chicken, like it's already cooked and everything. We're making the most of it. We chopped it up nice and small, diced it on up, and then we're just gonna brown it here on the stove.
It's actually looking really, really good.
With some onions. This is gonna be part of our scramble that goes inside of our breakfast burrito. Bon appetit. You know, I don't know that I would really call this Mexican, but we did our best. We have a Mexican fiesta taco salsa here.
That is Spanish.
We've got avocados, limes. It's a little bit of, you know, a hodgepodge breakfast burrito. Let's eat.
Alright guys, just finished up our wonderful breakfast. That was fantastic. Huge shout out to Shelly for finding all those ingredients and giving me my dream breakfast. Guys, this alleyway is where our Airbnb is here in downtown Korcula. It is insanely awesome. This is the coolest town I think Shell and I have been in a long time. There are alleyways like this all across the city, and there are so many places to swim, which you know we love a lot. Even though Croatia's coastline is very cliffy and stuff like that, they make the most of it. They make swim platforms everywhere. You can jump in and get out, as you've seen in some of our previous videos, so we're gonna go check some of those out. We found a rad spot literally right down the alley from our Airbnb.
You come down the stairs and then you look over the edge and go down a few more stairs and you wind up here in this beautiful little swimming lineup. And the best part is we have a giant cruise ship that's about to drive right in front of us here shortly. You can see it. It's moving slow, but it's coming.
This is awesome. I didn't realize Korcula was a cruise port, but it most certainly is, because there is a cruise that's gonna come right in front of us right now that was anchored out here earlier.
It's beautiful here.
It is very beautiful here.
Holland America. Never been on that cruise line, know nothing about them, but they come to Korcula.
Korcula is a lot like Old Town Dubrovnik in the sense that it has a big wall surrounding the entire Old Town. You can see it behind us, complete with towers, staircases, the whole 9 yards. It is so rad. And at the very top, the peak of Old Town, they have a big chapel right at the very top.
The first night we got here, it actually was a Sunday evening, and they were having church in there, and we walked by it, and there was like a ton of people singing in there. I kind of wanted to go join them. It was really cool. It's cool to see that like some of these old churches are still being used for church. Because I feel like so many of them now are more like historic sites, museums, things like that, not often still in use. Walking around Old Town, this place is incredible. It is very similar to Dubrovnik, but I think a lot better. I like it way better here. It's so mellow, and I'm loving that.
Not only is it mellow, it's like much smaller. It's like a more compacted Dubrovnik.
But less crowded. Go figure. More compact, less crowded, more mellow. It's so cool.
But it still has all the epic swim spots along the Old Town wall. We got ladders here. We got some beautiful water in front of us, so we might have to jump in, take a swim, cool off.
Here comes the cruise ship.
Here comes a cruise ship. We're just out exploring the streets of Old Town Korcula right now.
And it's a beaut.
Look at all this laundry up here.
Love laundry. Teeny tiny little alleyways throughout the entire city of Old Town, and every single one somehow is like more beautiful than the last. I don't know how they did it, but somehow they managed to do it.
Old Town kind of has one main road that goes right through the center. It's the highest road on this little peninsula, which is Old Town. And then off of that main road, there's tons of alleyways that go from the top all the way out to the coast. This is one of them we're in right now.
And by road, he means like walkway.
No cars in here.
No cars.
Catching a show, babe?
I don't know what show it is.
Pretty violent. So I did not know this before we came here, but Korcula is actually the supposed birthplace of Marco Polo, who's like world-renowned traveler. He lived like 800 years ago.
Marco.
Polo. I think that's where the game originated from, because this guy was all over the place. He lived in Asia for years. He was like one of the original travel vlogger dudes. 800 years ago, guys, he's traveling all over the world and he's writing all of it down. And it said a lot of his writings inspired people such as Christopher Columbus, danandchelle. Pretty cool though, but his house where supposedly he was born is just right here down the alleyway. It's unfortunately closed. I'm not quite sure why. Pretty amazing stuff that we're in the city where this massive traveler was born. Pretty much like the quintessential traveler of this millennium. Pretty cool.
Pretty cool.
So you know what the bells mean?
Dinner time!
That's exactly what I was gonna say. Guys, the church bells, I think that means it's 7 o'clock.
The dinner bells.
Which is dinner time. We got a few things in our apartment. We're gonna go grab them and we're gonna try and catch the sunset out by the coast.
Sunset dinner.
Yeah.
Oh, careful.
Plus, I think we've walked every alleyway in this city already by now.
Let me tell you about the key from our place. It's hard. Okay? I never can quite get it on the first try. The building's 500 years old. The apartment is brand newly renovated. I think it just opened in like June or July. But I think maybe he kept the original key for the building. It's pretty cool, but I always have to like look through the hole. I don't know, I mean, you'd think it'd be really simple. It's not.
Shell found us the best seat in the house right here. We've got the sunset off in the distance there, a line of mega yachts right in front of us, and we have dinner in our spar bag. Good old reliable spar.
This might be my favorite dinner we've ever had since we left America. Sitting here with the waves behind us, looking at Old Town right here, the sunset right there, 30 mega yacht mini cruise ship things. I don't even know what these things are. They all came in around the same time this evening, and I don't know what they are, but they're beautiful. And food. I mean, does it get better? I don't think it gets better.
Is there a dessert in there?
There's Nutella and cookies. The sunset just keeps getting better and better. We had this wall of clouds, but there was a gap between the clouds and the horizon, and the sun has just dipped, and it is just like fluorescent. Oh, it's so beautiful. This is my favorite night of all time. Saying goodnight on maybe the most perfect day in Korcula. I don't know. Chilling around Old Town, playing at the beach, and watching the most beautiful sunset. I'm not sure it gets any better.
Yeah, oftentimes I feel like we miss the sunsets because we're back in our room, we're starting to edit, we're going over all that stuff that we did that day to get it released to you guys, and we'll often miss the sunsets. So I'm really glad we were able to catch this one. Honestly, so beautiful. We have Old Town just right here, the epic sunset back there. Couldn't have been more perfect. Guys, thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.